Hello everybody, we are doing another giveaway. Today, 150 XRP is on the line, and if you want to enter, all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below, like for example your favorite crypto or the first time that you ever bought one. Don't forget your comment is your entry ticket, so make sure you leave one down below, and if we hit 1,000 likes within 24 hours, we're giving that away, so make sure you smash that like button. Now guys, for today we have a couple of other things to talk about. But first, we gotta talk about the most important subject of today, which is most likely also in the title. And yes guys, I think we've lived up to this moment for a little bit. I think a lot of people have been talking about it, and I think everybody knows it's gonna be happening. But I also think a lot of people, even I, were actually forgetting that that is tomorrow. And yes guys, I am talking about Swell MENA. And MENA, of course, is a region that I would say not that many of my viewers live in, and thus it might be a little bit less important than North America or Europe. However, it's still a pretty big region, and I still think a lot of people want to update themselves with what's going on tomorrow. Now, we all knew the access code. It was Swell with the region behind it, so in this case, MENA. However, which is a little bit... it still worked out. Never mind. I put like a bracket behind it, but it still worked. However, the RSVP are closed, so you guys can't sign up anymore to watch the event live. However, it is still possible that just after it goes live, you can get the on-demand version. And also, they've changed it a little bit, which I find interesting. It used to actually be from 11:30 to 12:30, with only two parts of this, but now there's a third part to it, but in this case here, it's customer only, like we saw with Swell MENA as well. And basically what happens then is from 11:30 to 12:30, you can just easily watch everything and be happy and enjoy life. And then from 12:30, they're going to lock you out, and it's going to go to customer only mode, where they go into a different sort of atmosphere where we really can't watch it still, which is really, really sad because, well, it would be very, very nice to see it all. And I'm even thinking about, founding something right now to be able to work with Ripple, to be able to get access to all of this. However, yeah, it's just the truth that you have to accept at this point. And what they're talking about is Fireside Chat, Innovating Payments in MENA, by Ashraf Sabri, CEO and founder of Fari, and Navin Gupta, Regional Head, MENA and South Asia at Ripple. And then from 12 to 12:30, Customer Spotlight, Scaling over RippleNet. A lot of these guys are going to be talking Rakbank, Cargill's Bank, Bcash, and another person, Gaurav Mohan, Director Account Manager at MENA Ripple. Yeah, and then another Senior Product Manager, Anthony Rolfs, was going to be talking from 12:30 to 1. But as I just said, we won't be able to, apply to that one, or we won't be able to see it. So that's a little bit sad, but it's the truth, guys. It's how it's going to be. So, again, this is coming up tomorrow. Most likely in terms of price, not that much will happen. And in terms of information or technology updates or things like that, can't tell you because it really depends on the sector. Sometimes, it's really different per sector. And what I'm trying to say with that is it could be that MENA right now has some way bigger announcements than NA. And the main reason for that is these Swell events right now, since they're regionals, they're specific to the region. And we all know MENA, APAC, and all these, underdeveloped parts, not necessarily, but possibly, sometimes have a lot more to talk about, and have a lot more advancements in the short term, which again, might be seen tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. Another thing, though, which I saw just now, was that a lot of these riddlers, these Ripple riddlers, or quote-unquote insiders and all of that, yeah, that's the stuff they call themselves sometimes. A lot of them were calling out for the 8th of August, the 10th of August, and now also the 13th of August. And the 13th is now officially today, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is the 13th already here in the Netherlands, but it's about 1 a.m., so, for a lot of the people over in America watching, it is still, I think, like late evening. And thus, this doesn't really apply to everybody just quite yet. But it's today, the 13th, and they've been saying, at least this is somebody else, but he says, 7,000 unsuccessful Riddler moon dates later, what makes you think that 13 is going to be the lucky one? Well, I'm going to say it out there just now. 13 has, from the last hundreds of years, most likely been quite an important number. And I'm not going to say that because of gematria or, things like that, but I'm saying it because people, correlate 13 to unlucky or sometimes lucky. And I don't really know exactly what type of other things people attach to it, but it's like Friday the 13th, people sometimes are really afraid of it, which I find kind of strange. But again, people have their own thing, right? If you are afraid of that, that's completely up to you. I won't join you in running away from things and being scared, but it's about the idea. Maybe something bad happened for you as well. You think it's all, connected. Who knows? However, I think these Ripple Riddlers, they don't know more than you and I. They just portray to know more. Maybe they're good researchers. Who really knows? But in the end, if it's a discussion between XRP Owl and the Riddler, I think XRP Owl would know a lot more. Same for a couple of these other researchers, like I think his name is XRP Researcher. Yeah, I think the guys like those most likely know a lot more than a lot of these insiders. So, no, guys, I don't believe in it. I don't attach value to it. Then, guys, was this exciting. And by the way, this looks a lot like the vents in a Mercedes car. Looks a lot like it, right? In the dashboard, the three fans next to each other. Looks a lot like this. Ripple partner Flare launching new crypto assets for XRP holders. Been seeing a lot of comments on exactly this, right? A lot of comments. Galgatron just went to Twitter to state, I've been digging deep into Flare tech, and the more I wrap my head around it, the more impressed I am. Flare Networks has been incredibly helpful with all my questions, very intelligent product and crew. The XRP to Flare combo has enormous DeFi potential, and I mean enormous. It has potential for competing with Ethereum, particularly because it can work trustlessly with any asset on chain. Flare's agent technology also takes a huge chunk out of Link, and Flare also deprecates Lightning Network because it can trustlessly host F Bitcoins. Flare will probably be the first chain to eventually host a chain-agnostic anonymous DX, or decentralized exchange, probably a Uniswap variant, where any coin or any chain can be traded. King Solomon said, did you join the Telegram and ask when Moon? And if so, what did they say? In all seriousness, thanks, dude. Your opinion is invaluable to this community. I thought invaluable was something bad. But again, guys, I'm not a native English speaker who I don't know about this type of stuff, but you tell me. All right, and looking further a little bit into the article, I think a lot of you guys are already up to date with what this whole situation was about, right? Flare and everything that's been happening to it, because I think it all started out the 8th maybe, when people got into all of this. This is the Twitter and what it's looking like, Flare Networks. This article, a lot of people are really, really excited for. It's right here on the Flare website. And we're going to read the TLDR because I think some people might like that. So, all right, here goes nothing. Let me adjust for most comfortable reading position. Flare is the world's first Turing-complete federated Byzantine agreement network. It integrates the Ethereum virtual machine and does not derive safety from a token. On top of this has built a protocol for safely enable the trustless issuance, usage, and redemption of XRP on Flare. This protocol is called FXRP. The general methodology of the protocol and the system that connects Flare to other networks is extendable to any non-Turing complete token, and trustless interoperability with other networks is feasible, both through interoperability protocols such as Cosmos or Polkadot, or with Ethereum via well-defined bridge protocols. Flare's token, Spark, is created through what may be the first ever utility fork, whereby the origin network, in this case XRP Ledger, benefits through increased utility. 100 billion Spark tokens will be created at the outset of the Flare network, of which 45 billion will be claimable by existing XRP holders, excluding Ripple Labs. This mirrors the existing amount of distributed XRP, such that current XRP holders will be able to claim approximately 1 Spark token for every XRP token held. 25 billion tokens will go to the developers, Flare, and 30 billion tokens will go to a nonprofit foundation called the Flare Foundation, and Spark tokens holders can earn a return on their Spark tokens both through committing Spark tokens as a collateral to secure the trustless issuance and the redemption of XRP, and by contributing data to the Flare time series oracle. These functions do not compete with each other. So at first, I was like, hey, this sounds really cool, right? XRP and all they've been talking about. And then, and call me a hypocrite, call me a fool for this, but when I saw this number right here, that 45 billion will be claimable to all of us, leaving 55 billion, in the back because Ripple can't claim it. I was really happy to see that. I was like, man, these guys are taking nothing for the team, right? These guys are just putting it all in. That's insane. And then I saw 25 billion tokens will go to the developers. 25 billion tokens will go to the developers. And then 30 billion will go to a nonprofit foundation. Well, I don't know if you guys do, but I don't believe in nonprofit foundations because 9 out of 10 nonprofit foundations still has a profitable founder where the founder still makes money off of it in the end, or can create goodwill for or even send things to your main company. For example, you right now are like, you know what? I want to get goodwill from all these investors because you have one company which sells something bad, right? You sell something to smoke, for example, which is bad for your health. You make another company here, a nonprofit, which in this case gets a lot of money from some reason, maybe because it's a nonprofit and people enjoy it. And you just literally, as a spending as a cost out of the nonprofit, you send money to your main company, maybe for like advertising, or who the freak knows exactly what you're going to do it for. But it's possible there's some roots out there, which is something I'm thinking about when you're sending money to a nonprofit. I don't know what they exactly, decided to do with the money, but them getting 55 billion XRP now, or sort of XRP now, because they want to do it 1-to-1, right? Yeah, I'm not for that, guys. I don't know. If it were to be already like this and I were to jump on, maybe my idea would be different, because a lot of these projects out there have exactly the same type of rulings, which I'm not really against, because it was built that way and the utility came afterwards. But with this one, we're witnessing it so close here. We can stop this, and somebody should just say 25 billion of this coin out of the 100 billion possibly. It's just too much. They're taking 1/4 of it all, even though I know, guys, Ripple has a lot more. Still, if you debated about that one, then how can you not debate about this one? I don't know. I'm not going to be supporting it at all. The only problem is it is free, I think. So why not claim it? But I'm definitely not going to be buying any single coin, not spending a single dime, cent, or penny on it, because I don't trust it. I think it's another, get rich quick type of scheme. Even though technology might be good, them getting this rich in the progress by claiming 25, which is 1/4 of it all, I just don't like it. And once more, guys, with Ripple and a lot of these projects out there, it's the same. The founders get a lot. But I don't know. If I had the chance right now, I would not be supporting it, all right? For a lot of these coins, I support Cardano, I support Chainlink, I support a lot of them, even though the founders may have, 60% of it. It could be. With Chainlink, the founders and actually the top addresses have a ton of it. And yet I still support it. But if I had a chance right now, I'm not going to support that type of stuff. Now, the Spark token is used for governance of the network through voting, with the exception of grants and investments to help develop Flare. The foundation takes technical direction from the Spark token owners. A key role of the foundation is to help execute upgrades and changes to the network agreed by governance vote. They cannot be implemented without a code change. And guys, by the way, get this one. Since they have 55% of all the coins, they can actually rule everything in their own favor. If it's a voting system like I expect it to be. However, that is to be seen. Maybe it's not going to be that way. And importantly, written into the foundation's constitution will be the bylaw that the foundation must be wound down and all Spark tokens held by the foundation burned if the Spark token holders agree that its existence is no longer beneficial to the network, which will most likely never happen, but it's an idea. Flare brings together the value of the non-Turing complete tokens with the transformative power of smart contracts on the network that can scale for value as well as transaction throughput. All right, that's that. You can check more out here about Spark and all of that in this article, or just check some other articles out. There's a ton of stuff online right now. But yeah, I'm a little bit sad reading this just now. I didn't actually see that before, that it was really them getting 25. In the end, I don't trust in those smaller talks at the bottom here where it's like, if it's not needed, we can just delete it and things like that, which never really happens. But again, maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, guys. Take care and have a very, 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 really jolly, wally, goody old day.